Wayne Daly here from Tucson, Arizona. This appropriate titled stream is called "What Did I Learn About Live Streaming Video Today?" As a result of my attempt this morning to do a live stream from Roadhouse Cinemas, which didn't turn out too well. If you tried to tune in, I looked like Max Headroom, skipping around. Every other word was gone. Really, what needed to happen was a little bit more planning. And since it didn't, the stream was horrible. So, this is my attempt to make up for that. Not that anybody out there is going to miss me if I don't stream. So, once again, my name is Wayne Daly. I attempted to stream this morning, do a live stream from Roadhouse Cinemas here in Tucson, Arizona, to give a tour of the facility. It didn't work out too well. The cell signal wasn't what it needed to be in the building, and therefore I couldn't tour the facility, show the kitchen off. I couldn't show the theaters off. I couldn't do anything that I really wanted to do to show people what it's, what's so attractional about Roadhouse Cinemas. So I decided to come home and do a quick stream about my experience and what I learned preparing for streaming. Now that I'm testing this from home, it might actually be my phone. My phone is, there seems to be a little bit of a lag and a little bit of a stutter. Is anybody noticing a lag or a stutter? Because I'm on a dedicated Wi-Fi connection, solid 50 Mbps download and solid 24 up. 12 up, not 24 up. So I shouldn't be experiencing any jumpiness or lagging. If I see that there's one person in here now, if you notice that, if you could let me know, I will troubleshoot that by probably uninstalling and reinstalling the app, or check my network to see what's going on. It was a very disappointing morning because they didn't have a wireless connection inside, a shared wireless connection that I could use. So I went outside, out front of the building, and a friend of mine, Alcatrav, who I met in Ray Brown's room, he was there and he was giving me feedback about how bad the connection was. The further away from the building, the better the connection got. So clearly it was something about that building. It was block wall construction, a lot of metal, a lot of electronics running inside that building. So I'm pretty sure it created what they call on Ghost Hunters as a fear cage, with electromagnetic field that just made it difficult for the signal to get in and out of that building. So what I learned was, when I planned to do a live stream from one of the fun locations here in Tucson, Arizona, I need to go and check and make sure I've got a strong enough signal to support the feed. Most of what I have planned, going to Trail Dust Town, that's my next stop. And that's not too far from here, and it's an outdoor venue, so I'm thinking that it might be a good area to do it from. I'm actually thinking about driving down to Tombstone and doing a live stream from Tombstone to see if that's will work out. Down by the U of A, I'm pretty sure I could probably catch an open signal down by the U of A to do a stream from there. 4th Avenue, going down to 4th Avenue would be kind of cool. There's a lot of eclectic shops down there, craft shops, restaurants. It's a pretty hot spot. Friday and Saturday nights, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. Some cool little restaurants to go to. I'm a big fella, so restaurants are the first thing that come to mind when I think about wanting to showcase something fun in Tucson. But there's a lot of other places too. There's the Desert Museum. I don't know if they have an open Wi-Fi for visitors. If they do, that would be a great place to go and do a stream from. Any suggestions that you might have. But today was crash and burn. It really was. If you're old or older and you were old enough to remember Pepsi television commercials from the 80s, it looked like Max Headroom with the jumpiness and the skipping of the words, and it would lurch and jump, and I'm just not sure if that's a connection or that's my phone. So yeah, that's what I've got. Don't really have another thing I learned about today. Have a plan for your stream. You want the stream to be interesting, and the only way to make it interesting for times when it's not interactive is to have a plan on what you're going to talk about. So today, what I'm going to talk about a little bit more is what I find interesting. I find interesting a technology called smart things, which is the wave of the future, as far as I know, for the Internet of Things, what they're calling the third wave of Internet technology. It's a way to it's home automation. You can automate your home. I do have a smart things hub in my house, and I have some lights connected to it and some sensors. I'm able to control a chest freezer that's in my office that we're going to be using for making beer for the secondary fermentation process. After we bottle it, we prime the bottles. We're going to store them in there because they need to be held at a consistent temperature. And I've got that freezer basically hooked up so that I can monitor the freezer. And if it drops below or goes above a certain temperature, the motor either kicks on or turns off to control the temperature. The thermostat that is default or built into that freezer does not do that. You can't set it to 68 degrees. So using smart things, I was able to kind of convert that into more of a refrigerator than using it as a freezer. I also have what's called a smart light bulb. I think it's a GE bulb, LED bulb that I can dim. It's programmable to dim from anywhere from 1% all the way up to 100%. There is preset dimming through some of the apps and smart things that I can pre-program it to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, but no variables between that. So the light turns off at 10:30 at night. I've got it set to a motion sensor, which is also here in the house, so that if somebody walks out of the bedroom, comes out of the hallway into the living area, that light will turn on and it'll stay on for 2 minutes and then turn back off. Some of the automation process. I don't have too many things. I have a moisture sensor, which is a flood sensor. It's got it sits on the floor in the bathroom in case the toilet overflows in the middle of the night or the sink. I have it programmed so that it'll text my phone, which gives a warning. And of course, with smartphones these days, you can set different tones to different things. The tone that I've set for texts that I get from Smart Things is, "Hey, you need to pay attention to this." Yeah, I'm kind of a geek, and I used my own voice. Get up, pay attention to this. So that is a very interesting technology for me. I just saw, I'm going to run out later today and get a couple more of those LED bulbs and put them in other places in the house and program those so that I can control them directly from my smartphone. I also need to set my bride up on there so that she can control the lights in the house through her phone. They have door locks so that you can program a door to open or close, unlock or lock, not open or close, unlock or lock when you arrive home or when you leave home. And this is a rental, so we're probably not going to do that here, but I may put a door sensor on the doors so that if in a specific time frame, for example, when my wife and I are both known to be out of the house because we're at work, if the sensor opens, I get a text message that says, "Hey, you better pay attention to this," so I can look at my Smart Things app and find out that maybe somebody's in the house. Or I can set a motion sensor that within a certain window of time, if the motion sensor goes off, I get a text that says this motion sensor went off. So it's kind of got a home security aspect to it as well. It actually has an alarm item that you can purchase that's got a red light and an alarm sound will go off. Again, you can schedule that so that if a motion sensor goes off in the middle of the day, when you know that you're going to be gone from work, the alarm kicks on. So it's almost like a home security system as well. Very cost effective. If you go to smartthings.com, you can find out more about Smart Things. I love Smart Things, so I like to talk about it. How's the feed? Is it jumpy? Is it clear? Are you able to understand me? As far as the technology goes, I know I have a little bit of a raspy voice. If you can't understand what I'm saying, I do apologize. I know that somebody has been here. I can't really tell who, but you've been here since, close to the beginning. So looks like Travis is back. Kathy, hi guys. Thanks for stopping in. Let me know how the video is doing. I had a little bit of a problem this morning when I tried to stream. I tried to stream from Roadhouse. It didn't work out too well. I didn't have a stable connection. It stabilized the further away from the building I got. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that stream later. Once I figure out how to get a hotspot in there, I get into their Wi-Fi. And once they get a public Wi-Fi, I will tour that place and give a tour on Meerkat of that place. Probably going to do Trail Dust Town. That's a big open air area where I can go and do a stream and show that they've got a train. They've got a stunt show. My son used to work in the stunt show, so he's going to talk to see if I can get a backstage pass to go in and kind of look at some of the behind the scenes of the stunt show. They got a great steakhouse over there. It's called, I think it's Pinnacle Peak. So I'll probably have lunch while I'm there. But that's the whole purpose. That's really what I want to do with my stream, is to make it, of course, interactive. And Travis is usually interactive with me. Thank you, Travis, for coming by. He'll usually chat up and chime in. And that's the format, is to go see some fun things in Tucson and to be interactive with whoever's here looking at the stream. I'm not... I was going to bash myself a little bit, and I'm trying to stop doing that. I'm not that entertaining. At least I don't think I am. I work for a software company as a customer service technical support representative, troubleshooting accounting issues and software issues for customers. So I do better when people are engaged, or when I'm able to engage people either through chat or on the phone. That is my strong suit. Sitting here talking and trying to think of things to say, not necessarily the strongest thing for me to do, which is why the format that I have in mind is to tour fun places that they're without any interaction. If there's no interaction, Katya says that sound is coming through very well. Can't attest to the video since I'm blind. Oh, Katya, thank you for letting me know how the sound is. Travis is in the room with us, so he may let us know how the sound is, or how the video is. But thank you for the feedback on the sound. So that's why I'm thinking of a format for Meerkat is would be best to visit places. It gives me content, something to speak about as I'm looking at these places. So where's everybody tuning in from? I know Alcatraz, which is my Meerkat friend, Travis, is here in Tucson. But what about you, Katcha? Where are you listening from? Where are you tuning in from? That'd be interesting to know that. City, state, country, as my friend Ray Brown says, and I call him again my Meerkat friend. He's one of my friends here online. A great influencer on how to have a successful Meerkat stream. I believe I have a list of those people. Trav, you're at the top of that list, to be honest with you, because you're so good with the feedback and suggestions. You're the one that suggested Trail Dust Town, I believe, as a place to go and visit. One of the places, or one of the people I like to look at here on Meerkat is Swedish Food TV. They do food prep and service in Stockholm. It's a great video. He'll sometimes doesn't show the customers, doesn't show the restaurant. He's done one time where he's looped around in the dining room when the restaurant was empty, because he really can't show the customers' faces. That's not why they go there. They go there to eat food. So I really enjoy his personality and his dedication to presenting an entertaining stream. Jeff Goldberg. He streams the sight and sounds of New York. So I've seen the Empire State Building, the Brooklyn Bridge, Central Park. He's walked around in Brooklyn. He actually came upon a crime scene at one point and did a live stream from the crime scene, getting edged out or pushed out of the way by Telemundo, which was, it was all live because it's part of the Meerkat experience. Katya, I'm from Maryland, and basically I stream when I'm sure I'll have something interesting for everybody. Sightseeing will be fun. Yeah, I believe that's a good format, and I love that. Yeah, when you have something interesting for everybody, that's a good time to be streaming. And I thought I had something interesting earlier today. It's just the technology. I didn't do the research. I didn't give due diligence to make sure that I could support a stable stream. Excuse me. So right now I'm just kind of talking about the influencers that I have, the people on Meerkat that I've enjoyed watching. Jeff Goldberg is at Jeff Goldberg. That's GeoffGolberg. He's on the leaderboard. I don't know if any of you use a leaderboard, or if you know where to view a leaderboard. I use meerkatstats.com, and that'll typically show me who's in the top 100, and also have a little tag on it to say who's live. In addition to that, it has a second tab that says live users and shows everybody that's currently streaming. And I use that almost like a TV guide. You don't get too much information. If you click on the user that's streaming, you'll get stats from their streams, but not too much more information. You can then click on their Twitter handle or their Twitter name. That takes you to Twitter. That might give you a little more information about the person that you're going to potentially go look in on. Travis, interactions with viewers is critical to me, and you do a great job with that. Thank you. That's a very nice compliment, Travis. Your feedback is invaluable. Everybody's feedback is invaluable, and that's part of why Ray Brown, who's on this list of people to give props to, he's very interactive. I love it. He's very engaging. He'll tell stories, and when his room gets full, like I believe I was in there, and there was over 200 people in his room one night, it becomes a little difficult to be part of the interaction. But if you enjoy, as long as there's interaction with somebody else, if you enjoy the story, or if you can keep up, that's a great thing to have happen. And I hope I can do it as well as Ray does. But we'll find out, and I'm sure that Travis or anybody else will give me some feedback when I'm falling down on that one. I will go and watch John Chin. Listen to John Chin, and his handle is at John K. Chin, and that's JOHNKCHIN. I say listen to John Chin because he plays jazz piano from all over New York. He'll stream from his gigs. He'll stream from, if he has something that he's doing for City Hall during the day. He's even streamed from his apartment in Brooklyn. Both him at the piano and out the window while he plays, which is really cool. I've also downloaded an album. He had one of his CDs for sale, and the proceeds from the CD were going to help the victims of the Nepal earthquake. So I downloaded that CD. It's 8 tracks. It's a really good CD. We'll turn it on when we're here at home cleaning the house, or just not really to hang out. We don't hang out with music very much in the house. We hang out with TV, probably too much. But when we're working, it's always better to have music on, because then that way hanging out doesn't turn into laying around. And I'm really good at laying around. I enjoy it way too much. Meg Lee, who is at the Meg Lee. She does paintings. She's an artist, and she will paint animals. Right now she's painting animals. And what got me hooked into Meg Lee was when I first started watching Meerkat, or when I when I first started to tune in and watch streams, is she was on this adventure to try and overcome Jimmy Fallon in the leaderboard. So she was streaming a lot. She was streaming all the time. And she finally overtook him. She wasn't streaming from her studio very much. She was having an issue with maybe having a connection in the studio. But she finally got that fixed. And right now I watched a little bit last night. She looks like she's painting a giraffe. And it's absolutely amazing. I enjoyed seeing that. Lisa Dixon. I know that she, and I think you recommended her, Trav, is Lisa Dixon. I believe you told me that she was kind of G-rated. She's down in Florida. She does a cooking show. Sometimes her boyfriend's on there. She's an amateur in the kitchen. She talked about that today. And she was cooking some kind of enchilada dish that she'd never cooked before. And she just kind of goes through the prep process and the cooking process and answers questions. She's very interactive. And she's a lot of fun to watch. And so, Travis, thank you for turning me on to Lisa Dixon. There's a girl named Victoria Frats. It's I'm Victoria Frats, the @ symbol, I'm Victoria Frats. And she's a model, actress, I think. I've only tuned into her a couple times. what got me to tune into that is I like long hair. My wife has long hair. I like long hair. And whenever watching a show on television and there's a woman with long hair, sometimes my wife would go, oh, those are extensions. And I have no idea how she could tell they're extensions. I don't know if she's making it up. I wanted to know, how does she know those are hair extensions? So this Victoria Frats had an episode on Meerkat called Hair Extensions 101, kind of named after a college course. So I tuned in, and sure enough, she was driving to go have some hair extensions put in. She already had long hair. She wanted to make it thicker. So I tune into Victoria every once in a while. She was in Hawaii. She's very interesting, very engaging, but I'm a married man, so I don't tune into the young ladies too often unless there's a topic in their Meerkat title that I find interesting. Malia, I think it's Probst, at the Malia, does a live stream based news show. She reads from the New York Times and discusses the current news events in the New York Times. Again, very engaging, very feedback oriented. If you get a chance, check her out. It's hashtag Malia News. You can probably look it up through Twitter that way. Benjamin Douglas at D_trucking. The few times that I've watched his stream is him driving around the highways of Southern California. He's a trucker, and he delivers stuff or picks stuff up or whatever it is. I enjoy it because I'm from Southern California, and I like to see if I can figure out where he's at before he says something. So that's always fun. He was out on the 210 yesterday driving towards Diamond Bar, and that was a new road. That wasn't there when I had been there, so that was kind of fun. That was a little bit of a real-time adventure for me. Hey, trucking. I was just talking about you, Ben. It's a very interesting show. Check it out if you can. Again, it's at D Trucking. He will stream, and you can find that through Meerkat Stats. Thanks, Trav. And then, of course, Ray Brown. He rounds out my list as people that I watch. And Travis knows all about Ray Brown. We actually, Ray Brown asks always, where you from, city, state, country, and in succession, both Travis and I put Tucson, Arizona, which then kind of sealed us as Meerkat friends or Meerkat buddies. So that really is it. My planning is going to be now to go and make sure I do a bandwidth test from wherever I'm going to stream from. My plan is to stream Wednesdays at 11 a.m. I apologize for what happened this morning. That was poor planning. Didn't really have anything too interesting to talk about as a result of not being there. But I did want to just pop in real quick and give props to those people that do great streams that have really influenced and helped me to understand what I want to do in a stream, how I want my stream to look. I heard a quote today that we are in the golden age of personal storytelling, with YouTube and now with Periscope and Meerkat, and that is very exciting to me. That's right. Thank you, Travis. Travis gave some good wisdom there. Says, no worries, dude. You only learn if you try. Yeah, I always look at it like an opportunity. It's never failure. If you've learned something and you can improve from what you've previously failed at. And that's the story of my life, man. I wasn't always a great technical support, troubleshoot, customer service guy. And I'd like to say I am. I ring my own bell in that area of my life. I'm going to stream from there at some point in the future, and I want to make sure I have permission before I talk too much about my job. So yeah, that's it. I wanted to get this one out there because the other one's out there. The other one's horrendous. It's horrible. I watched a little bit of it. My wife kind of commented. She's like, oh, you look like Max Headroom, which is funny because we can laugh about that. So once again, Wayne Daly, 49 years old. I'll be 50 in July. I'm going to be coming to you Wednesday mornings at 11 o'clock. I do the hashtag katch so that it does post a replay. I'm always interested in what you have to say. If you want to post it here, if you want to send me a direct message through Twitter, whatever it is, let's start a dialogue. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you. So that's all I have from Tucson. I know it's a short post. But once again, I don't really talk too much unless I really have something to say that's worth your time, because I don't want to waste your time. Waste your time. Waste your time. See? Time to get out of here. Take care, y'all. We'll see you next week.